You know those times as you get older when you lose your train of thought right in the middle of a conversation? Well, for all you young folks, it's coming. And Rodney and I talk about that and how as you do get older, seem like your conversation gravitate more toward your health and the health issues you have when you reach that ripe old age. We hope you enjoy this episode of what was I just talking about on Old Fools Talking Old School.
Me and Roz was talking one day about how, you know, she told she, okay, you need to go somewhere. We in the house together too much. you need you need you need to go and visit one of your partners or something. I'm like, what are you talking about? I can go visit my partner when I get ready. If I don't want to, I can stay right here at the house. But it's I say that because I don't know why I said it. I forgot what the hell point I was making. Boy, these moments are coming around too quick, boy.
Yeah. Well, you heard me earlier when I was trying to think of the name of them those musical artists and things. I said, "Damn, Rodney just said his name, and I can't even. I just can't think of the name now." You know, yeah. Those moments start to come by more and more, man. It's sometimes I'll be checking myself too, and I'm like, is that a sign? Is there something going on that's already a precursor to where you're gonna be here in 10 years? Because sometimes I'm just things just go away. I mean, I'll
easy. I can walk into Walmart knowing what I'm gonna get. As soon as I grab that bucket, I'm like, what the hell did I come in here?
Yep. I'm same way. And I am the same way. And don't let me be going to do X, walking into the kitchen to do a specific thing, and between the den and the kitchen, something else gets on my mind. I'll go in there. I won't do nothing that I wasn't going to do. Then I'll walk back out, get back and sit down. I'm like, well, damn, I didn't even do what I went in there to do.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm the same way. I'll be thinking, man, is this a sign? I said, but then again, I talk to people, and just like me and you tonight, and we were talking about it. Me and a couple of guys from the museum, the board of directors for our museum that we got. We were talking, and we got to talk about those little things like we say, you're forgetting stuff and things like that. And this one brother said, "Man, y'all scaring me because I do all that stuff." I was like, well, I said, I know. I said, I'm the same way too. But yeah, we were just talking about, yeah, man, I walked out of the room to do something. I forgot what I was doing. And, da, 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 da. He said, man, y'all scaring me. I do all that stuff.
I'm telling you, man, it's just like that. You can have it on the tip of your tongue, man. And then next thing you know, what was I saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I have to mentally stop and go back and say, okay, I was thinking about X before I did that. I was thinking about XX before that. I walked in there and did that, and I came back and hoping it's going to pop back up. You know, trying to almost like they said, I was like retracing your steps. Hoping it's going to come back into your mind. And there's been times where stuff like that has popped back in my mind, and I say, do it now or say it now, because like I say, it'll be gone.
Yeah. Which I was just doing that when you was talking. I had something I was getting ready to say it, and I forgot it just that damn quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I sit up here sometime. Even Rosa, she'll sit there and I was thinking. I said, well, shit, I ain't doing enough crossword puzzles and shit because this ain't helping. I sit up here and, they'd always say, do those things, play those games that you can occupy your mind. Well, shit, I'm still forgetting.
Yeah.
Hell,
I do the crossword every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I do the crossword every day.
Sudoku. I do all these damn games. and I'm still forgetting my butt if I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. And what's funny is I'm here sitting here doing the crossword. And I'm listening to the morning show that comes out of Nashville. They got Dr. Sanjay Gupta
Oh,
on
good.
his little thing on there.
Yeah.
And what is he talking about on that article that day? How doing things just like crosswords is not enough.
Right.
That some kind of research that somebody did says, doing the crosswords stimulates like this part of the brain, but you also need to stimulate that part of the brain, and you need to be doing some other things to do that. And I'm thinking, you know, if you listen to all the research and stuff that goes on, you drive yourself crazy anyway.
Yeah, you will.
Because today this is the right thing to do, tomorrow it's not the right thing to do.
That's right.
But
Just like with the medical side, you know, uh, uh, don't eat pork, and now it's like pork is fine, or
yeah,
you don't need sugar, no, sugar's fine in moderation, but no, it was totally taboo not long ago. Oh, don't use the sugar supplements no more. That's not good for you. I'm like, well, damn, you just fill the whole thing up with equal and that other one, the one that we drank there, that yellow. Hell, I can't even think of the name of it now. I drink it every day. But yeah, man, it's something else, man.
yeah. Well, they just had an article just the other day about alcohol. They're saying about
Hmm.
some research they did said no, you shouldn't drink any alcohol at all. And they were saying, well, they had done research where they were saying, moderate amounts of alcohol were actually good for you.
Good for you, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and I'm like, how do you know what to do if you're trying to do the right things all the time? And I'm thinking, I just think, you just do stuff in moderation. If you go in there and, you drink a fifth of whiskey every day, you probably gonna kill yourself.
Yes, sir.
If you go in there and eat 2 cups of sugar every day, you're gonna probably kill yourself. I mean, that's
Yep,
just way, but you ain't gonna do that. Common people, I mean, most normal people ain't gonna do that anyway.
that's right.
But in moderation, yeah, I think you can drink. I think you can, eat pork. I think you can eat, meats and vegetables, all that kind of stuff in moderation. I mean, I look at my uncle, like I say, he just turned 88. My mom, Lord willing, in November, she'll be 89. I got a cousin that just turned 90. My uncle's sister just turned 90. And they ate a lot of pork. They ate,
Yeah,
they ate a lot of greasy food. My aunt loves fried fish. She's ate enough fried fish to probably feed the multitudes,
yeah, yeah.
and stuff. So, I mean, and I look at my mom, she's struggling now because she smoked so much, but I mean, she smoked practically her whole life. And like I say, if Lord blesses her, she'll be 89 in next month.
That's right.
Well, that ain't too bad,
No,
for
not bad at
somebody that's
all.
done one of the worst things that we've always told ourselves in life you can do, being a smoker.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
there's no blueprint that you can follow that
No,
says you're
it's
going
not.
to live to be 100 if you do X, Y, and Z. Once again, I think you go back to you do the right thing, you enjoy life, and then the Lord will take care of the rest.
Yes, sir. Hell, Jimmy Durante smoked a cigar and drank liquor the whole time till he died in his late 90s.
Yeah.
And
Well, same way with the piano player. Smoked till he died. Oh, can't think of his name. I can picture him right now. I can't think of his name. But he smoked from. I mean, that was back in the day. Like in the '70s and all, when the actors and all smoked. I mean, remember
yeah,
Dean
yeah.
Martin? He came out with a cigarette and a
Oh, yeah.
drink, simulating a drink. I don't know if it was real alcohol or not, but back in them days, that was common.
Yeah.
UB Blake,
Oh, you be like, yeah,
yeah,
okay. Hmm.
he smoked until the day he died, and I think he was 90 something years old.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
But
yeah,
see, and the whole thing of it is also, especially today with modern technology, as opposed to a lot of the brothers back in the day may not have done, especially black folks, because we wasn't accustomed to that. But now you go to the doctor now. You know,
yeah,
nothing really should sneak up on you as far as disease is concerned now. certain things that's beyond your control that might cause you to have a stroke or a heart attack or something like that. But if you're seeing your doctor on a regular basis, then like if you're drinking too much, your liver gonna tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
They can catch that and say, hey, you need to slow down, or even if your lung capacity, you ain't breathing, they can tell you, hey, COPD and all that other stuff. You need to slow down, if not stop. So there are some avenues out there, but it ain't nothing no guarantee, because when the Lord call you, you're going. I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, you have to. I remember my grandmother used to always say about how, oh, these folks don't know what they talking about. They don't know this and they don't know that. I said, well, yeah, but they know a little bit more than you. God rest her soul. She used to sit up there and read that National Enquirer. I'm like, you reading that rag, and all that make-believe stuff in there, but you don't want to hear what the doctor got to say.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like now, I'll see some stuff on there on the internet just out of curiosity. I'll take a look at it. And some of it's not far-fetched, but just like doctors will tell you, don't do that diagnosis from no internet. It's one extreme to another. So, and there's no telling what your symptoms are based on what your circumstance is. So don't try to self-diagnose. Is
Yeah.
basically what it comes down to.
I was reading about somebody's wife, and I can't remember who's. I don't know if it was an actor or a sports player or something, but his wife who was all in the natural healing and uh, you know
Yeah,
herbs and all this kind of stuff she was into,
yeah, I saw that.
and and ate the wrong mushrooms,
Yeah,
and it killed her.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, even though you think you're doing the right thing and all those kind of stuff, you're just not always sure. So
Well, that one
some of
brother,
us,
that
huh?
one brother down in Dallas went to the Caribbean and ate some oysters on the half shell and killed him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was just a couple of weeks ago. They were
Yeah.
talking about some of that stuff, and I'm like, man, you just don't never know. And then I always look at it, because I'm even suspect of fish, even though now I've learned to like it. All the shit they put in the oceans and everywhere else, man, those fish are contaminated with something, man. 'Cause we don't know what pollutants they're putting in there. It's a damn shame. It's just like when we was in England, and then now you come over here to the States, you see them waves rolling up on the shore, and they brown as a
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
you
And
know,
and almost any seafood, tuna, and
yeah,
those kind of fish, all of them have an amount of mercury in them.
mercury, yeah.
So you got to be careful on how much, people talk about give up red meat and eat more fish. Well, you got to be careful on fish because of the mercury content in fish. And so, yeah, you always got to be mindful of those kind
Oh
of
yeah.
things, and
Rosin worked with a guy who was he was a fanatic about his weight and his health. And she said, I've known him for damn near 20 years, and every day he ate tuna out the can,
hmm
and it was something else she said he ate. And shit, he got sick of the dog and died, man.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, you got to be very, very mindful of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I was going to ask you about before I forget it again. Have you heard those commercials for that sleep apnea
Yeah.
thing called Inspire?
Yeah, I saw that, man.
Have you gone out there and seen how it works?
I ain't putting shit in my body. If I do, it'll be like 10 years from now when they done perfected that. Yeah, I see that little woman on there. Yes, Sheila, I got an implant or whatever the hell she said. But I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how it works. They implant something in your chest, and you put your phone or something or whatever device they got up on it, and then
Right.
it keeps you from snoring. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, it's supposed to detect uh, well, for obstructive sleep apnea, it's supposed to detect when you stop breathing, and it's supposed to stimulate your muscles to make you start breathing again. It's what it's supposed to do. I went out and read about it too, and I was like you too. I don't know about that.
Nah, bro.
You know,
Hey,
I don't.
I'll keep this machine wrapped around my head. I've been all right so far.
That's what I said too. I said, yeah, no, I'm just gonna go and stay where I'm at. I've
Yeah,
been on
man.
this CPAP for so long; it's not that big of a deal anymore. But
Nah,
yeah, that's supposed to be how it works. It stimulates. It's like almost like a muscle stimulator. It's supposed to
right.
detect. You stopping the breathing or the obstruction of you breathing, and it's supposed to stimulate the muscles around your throat and stuff for you to breathe again, kind of thing. But like you say, the commercials make it seem, they got this brother on there. He got this thing. He puts up next to it, puts it on the nightstand. He got this big smile on his face, like,
Yeah,
I'm going to going
yeah.
to sleep now, kind of thing. And I'm
Uh,
like,
uh,
nah,
are
I'm
you
not.
going? Are you gonna wake up, bro?
Yeah, because at least I know with the CPAP machine, if I
Yes,
do
sir.
stop breathing, which I do, I mean that's all a part of sleep apnea.
Yeah.
At least I've got air going in.
Yes, sir.
If
Uh,
something happens with this thing and you stop, you ain't got no pressure putting air in your body.
hell no. And then too, this thing here, even if you stop breathing, if it get too warm or too cold, it's gonna wake you up anyway. You know, I was laying up here last night, man. I'm like, damn. I was getting ready to hit that rim, boy, and then it seemed like that thing got hot. And I was like, damn, woke me up. I was like, okay, I need to turn the air conditioner up. But yeah, no, I seen it, man. I'm like, the jury's still out for me. I gotta see something more pronounced than that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen that. I've seen that little like nose clip thing, look like a
Yeah,
modified breathe right. I've seen that and all those other different things, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. If it was that simple, everybody would have one,
thank you.
So I'm like, no, I'm same way. I'll just stay on my little CPAP machine. It's like I say, it's part of my nighttime routine. It's like brushing my teeth.
There you go.
I've gotten so used to it, and it's not a big deal. But I
See,
wrote a note to myself to ask you if you had seen that commercial.
yeah, man, I seen them. I'm sitting up here like, nah, bruh, I can't mess with it. Cause to me, I look at everything in the time frame now. Medical equipment and pharmaceuticals, they make their money. And again, it's worth putting it out there because the money you make will offset that class action suit from people dying.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, there's gonna have to be some studies done, some real studies. And at this age in my life, the hell with that. I'll stay with the machine as long as they keep sending me the sending me
yeah,
the supplies.
yeah. That's where I am too.
Yeah,
And because I basically don't have any reason to do anything else. I mean, at first when I first started CPAP machine, it seemed like it was a burden and that
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
But after what 20 something years of using it, and it ain't that big a deal. I
It's
mean,
not. Actually, it's part of the routine, like you said.
yeah, yeah.
It's part of the
When
whole thing.
we travel, I mean, I take it with me. I
Yes, sir.
take it in my carry on when we went on that cruise. I got it in my carry on, got there and plugged it in, and I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal.
That's right.
So
Hell, it's
um,
important. It's important to both of us here because Rosin don't see me pack. She goes, "You got your machine?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I got it." But it's just a part of our nature. It's got its own piece of luggage.
yep,
Shit,
yep.
I'm like, I don't even put it in the trunk or in the hatch in the back. It got a seat back there with the air. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's a family member right there.
yeah. As a matter of fact, I think right now I got 3 because I was going downtown to the sleep center through TRICARE. That's when they had the
Yeah,
recall on the one from Philips.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
sent me one. During that time when they was going through the recall and everything, the one sleep center I was going to, they stopped taking TRICARE. So I went back to the VA, and the VA went ahead and gave me one. I went back through and got, now I didn't get another sleep study, but I went back through and they fitted me and everything for another one. And then I already had one from the VA that I had before. So I've actually got 3 now.
Oh, that's
You know,
good, man.
yeah, I actually got
Yeah,
3 that, and the good thing about the VA, man, when you tell them you need your supplies, last time they sent me 3 masks,
yeah, me
3
too.
hoses, and
Yep.
I'm like, shh, yeah. So I've got plenty of them now because you always think about that. But what if one breaks or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, I even got a backup to a backup now.
I
But
hear you.
I'm just afraid by the time I have to use one, them them rings and they may be so dry rotted it
Right.
may not work, but
Hey,
at least I got 3 of them now.
that's what they did to me because I just did it the other day just because I looked in my deal and I saw, well, I got one mask left and I ain't got no tubing.
Uh-huh.
But what I did, I always keep an older mask just in case something
Oh, I
happens.
do too. I do too.
Yeah. And so I called him. I said, yeah, gave him all my information. I need a couple of masks and some tubing. So I'm waiting to see because the first time, right before COVID, when all this stuff went down, I had called it in, didn't hear nothing. So I called it back and said, hey, I called it in. Man, I got about 3 masks and tubing and they sent me the gauze and man, I was like, damn, okay. So I hadn't called them back, but I called them now. Let me build this back up again, and uh, one of the lucky things for us is, but I'm not going to use it unless I have to. Uh, you know how they do those little kiosks and little buildings inside of BXs and stuff.
Hmm.
They got a sleep apnea one over there for all the sleep CPAP for the little cleaner that we got. They got all the supplies in there. You can go in there and buy them, but you're paying the premium price, but at least they're there.
Right,
And
right.
I know if I need it, I can go get it. Uh, uh, but yeah, man, they got the cleaning supplies, they got the CPAP, they got all kind of masks in there. I was sitting there looking, I was like, damn, I might want to try one of these new masks, because just like, but it didn't shock me, but it really made me think about it. I talked to my dentist. I had a dentist appointment the other day. So I was asking a young lady about how I was getting ready to go on Medicare and why did I need to get Medicare Part C for my dental part.
Hmm.
And I said, but no, I don't really have to do that. I said, well, I guess I really need to do that or keep my Delta Dental because I said my wife has dental issues and we want to make sure she can still. We got on Delta Dental, but we got on the plan where she can go wherever she wants to because she's got a dentist that she's comfortable with, and she's not in the network on a bunch of them. So I pay a little extra for her to be able to go there. Well,
Right.
I don't really need a dentist, thank God, for right now. And plus, with my VA, I can go to the VA and get on their dental plan, but she
Hmm.
can't. So I have to
Right.
keep the other one. So I was asking her. She says, "Well, we're getting a lot of the guys." I said, "Yeah, because the VA now will refer it out to whoever you want to go to as far as the dentist, and they pay for it." She goes, "Yeah, yeah." She said, "They'll do that now." She said, "But Mr. Turner will tell you." She said, "If you can afford to keep Delta, I would keep Delta." I'm like, "Why is that?" She said, "Because, as you well know, VA, they will pay for the cheapest antidote to whatever your problem is. He said, we'll stop putting in those silver uh, fillings. We stopped that years ago. He said, but that's all VA will authorize. I said, really? She said, yeah. He said, we got white, we got, whatever kind of filling you want to put in there, but the VA only will tell you that you can put in the silver, you know. And when she said it, I was like, well, damn, that's messed up. But then I'm like, I really don't give a damn what color it is. When I can come here and ain't got to pay a quarter, you know. But then she was like, she named a couple of other little things off, and I'm like, well, shit, I ain't that. Just like right now, they say, oh, your teeth are fine. I'm like, okay. You done told me that at 65. I'll be all right from now on.
Yeah. And the thing about the VA too is, just like a lot of the insurance, not all the doctors or dentists, will take VA patients. Because most
Right.
of them are like TRICARE. They have a cap on how much they're going to pay,
Right.
and what you can get done through them and stuff like that. I know I was going to VA and just years ago for my chiropractic work, and I'd go out there, and the VA was always so late and paying. I mean, they would call me and say,
Like
"Mr.
you
Gwynn,
all.
can you call somebody at the VA to get us to see about getting us paid?" And I'm like, I have nothing to do with that.
Right.
That's between you and the VA, And they say, well, that's why we're real hesitant on taking VA patients, because it takes them so long to pay us, So that's another reason that I'm always a little, mindful of the VA care, even though I go down there usually twice a year for my sort of checkup.
Right.
But I'm the same way, like with you, with Marion, with her dental care and stuff like that. I've got to keep some dental insurance,
Right. Right.
And so I usually get, I think we're on Aetna now, but yeah, that's the same way I have to. It ain't so much me, like you say, I could go to the VA and get it taken care of, but I got to realize that, she's got to have her coverage too.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So, hell, since I'm paying for it, I might as well go to them, and let them do my stuff. But yeah, man. So he said, yeah, Mr. Turner, they still putting silver shit in.
and I didn't know that anybody was still doing that. So that's interesting. I thought they abandoned, the amalgam, as we called it, fillings years ago.
Yeah, man.
I guess not.
No, she said, shit. No, that's all they'll approve. I was like, damn. So I said, well, I guess I'll keep Delta then. I'm gonna see, because Dennis just broke off from the group that she was with. They were some snooty suckers, and but I'm gonna see what insurance she takes now, because I need to, the open season's gonna be here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because I was paying really kind of top dollar, so she could go to that one, because that's who she was comfortable with, and plus she was a good dentist. She used to be mine too, and she left there and went to this upscale thing. I'm like, well, my teeth ain't upscale needs. I can still. So I'm not going, but you need to go. And I must admit, she takes care of us.
Right.
She's taking care of us, man. Rosin had to have implants and stuff, and we got them implants, and we got the schedule and what they were gonna do, and the cost of it. I was like, God damn, it's damn near $16,000.
Oh yeah, implants are expensive.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
they are.
so in each stage that they went through, and I have to know that it was her. At each stage that we went through to get them done, all total, I think we paid like $8,000.
Mm-hmm.
Because each time when they sent me a bill, well, no, because it was like they wanted it up front. I went in and just paid them cash. And then after that, I'm like, damn, because I thought this is gonna be like, $16,000. We paid probably about $8, man. And then they were giving us discounts because we were paying cash.
Right.
And I was like, this will work.
Yeah, as I said, as you get older, you spend more time talking about healthcare and all the medical problems you have and how complex it can be trying to live a good life. The main thing is enjoy life. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Old Fools Talking Old School. This is Mickey G. Peace.